Let's flash forward another 300 years. This brings us to another European war. This one involving what Shakespeare would have known as the New World, America. This World War I is considered by most to be the first modern war. As they say, it was a war that started on horseback and ended with tanks and planes. World War I had a way of dehumanizing war to an extent that was never seen before, thanks to trench warfare and gas attacks. This dehumanization led to a desensitization of violence. So now you have a group of American soldiers now coming home from World War I with this new sense of nothing really matters. A sense of nihilism swept the nation during the 1920s as a result of World War I. All of a sudden, you have a group of people that think, hey, nothing in life really matters, so let's party it up. This, combined with an enormous economic boom as a result of World War I, combined with the Prohibition, which had done the exact opposite effect it was intended to, and all it really did was made every American citizen a criminal. All of these factors resulted in what we now call the Roaring Twenties, a time of partying, a time of moral decay and decadence, a time of excess, to say the least. The world's first real taste of modernity. At the same time, as all this is going on, there was also great violence against the African American community, lynchings, the rise of such organizations as the KKK, Jim Crow laws. All these result in great violence being pushed on the black communities. For example, as I learned in my history class this semester, people would go door to door selling postcards with images of lynchings on the back of them. This is the state of America in the 1920s and 30s. Speaking of the 1920s, the Roaring Twenties ultimately did end with the Great Depression, an utterly disastrous economic collapse that nearly destroyed America. People lost their homes, people starved, people lost everything. This is the context in which Orson Welles creates Voodoo Macbeth, a 1936 production with an all-black cast. Now, as you can imagine, an all-black cast caused quite a bit of controversy. For example, the Harlem Communist Society believed that the Voodoo Macbeth would be a basically modern minstrel show. As a result, they were planning on boycotting and protesting the show. However, when the show came out, they saw that this was simply not the case.